All right, so I have a question about real estate agencies here in Italy, and you're the perfect guy to ask this question to. Real estate agencies in the U.S. are set up with a real estate agent underneath a real estate broker.
Okay.
A real estate brokerage is usually like your Tecnocasa, right?
Okay.
And to become a broker, and I don't know all the rules these days, but to become a broker, you usually have to work as a real estate agent for another broker for a number of years, doing gaining experience and following the educational hours annually. Okay, so there is this process.
Yeah.
What does it take to become first an agent, and then what does it take? Is there the same thing as a broker?
Okay, no, here in Italy is a little bit different. For starter, to become an agent, you have to take a license, so it's more like that. Not being with another agent, but more having a license to do the job.
Okay.
Then there are not broker, as you said, but there are in Italy a lot of smaller agents that work independently, and there are a few groups like mine, like Tecnocasa, that is in the whole Italy. So for every area there is an agent that can follow you. And if you buy house in Casale, I will be there with my team. In other towns there will be other people, but what we can do is set you up with them, and then every agent of the area is independent.
Okay. So to become like a real estate agent, I don't necessarily need to work underneath a broker. I could just do your exam.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm personally wanting to do this. I'm just giving kind of an educational understanding of what it takes to be one. There's this course, license you take, and from that point on, you can start a partita IVA or whatever and start selling as a negotiator for real estate. What is the benefit of doing that?
Doing what?
For example, you could be a consultant. You don't have to be an agent.
Oh, well, yes, but if you're a consultant, you can't do mediation between subjects.
So you like the negotiating?
Yeah.
You like to try to sell that person on this idea?
Exactly, because we have a client who's selling. So we have to check for them that everything is fine, and on the other side you have to, for the buyer, you have to do check on the property to be sure that there is nothing of concern, that everything is right with the catasto. It's more keeping track of both parts. Meanwhile, if I'm not wrong, in the US is more. There is an agent for who's buying and an agent for who's selling, usually.
There can be, yeah. Like, for example, as someone who buys real estate, I go into the real estate agency. You have to scoot over, because I don't think he's gonna. So cool. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. We were distracted by the tractor. The one-lane giant tractor gonna smash us. What I was saying is that in the U.S., I would go to a whatever real estate agency that I trusted, that I want to trust, right? And I would say, I want to buy a property. And now it's still smart to go looking in the areas. Like if I'm in Tuscany, I go look in a real estate agency in Tuscany. Yeah. But at the same time, the agents could gain access to all of the listings there through the multiple listing service. And I don't know, you were mentioning in the previous video that it's best to go to Tuscany to buy Tuscany property because, like you're saying, you have a contract with the seller in order to sell their property in Tuscany, as you specifically here in Monferrato. And so I think it's a little bit different that way. It's also possible that I go to the agent,
Mm.
and they are also selling, and so
Yeah.
they could do the same thing that you're
Okay.
doing. So that's
Okay.
could happen that way, but
Here is the
often it's
here
too.
is the normal thing. You can go to an agent and ask him to follow you, but it depends on the agency. Not every agency wants to collaborate with other ones.
It is a little bit daunting, the idea that I have to go to buy a property from a seller.
Mm.
That I have to go specifically talking to the seller agent to buy a property, because I will feel like that they are more interested in the benefit of the seller and not of the buyer.
Well, if the agent is doing its job well, it's not the seller's agent. It's the seller. It's the agent for the transaction. So it follows both parts equally.
Okay, I understand the idea of being impartial to both parties, but
Impartiality of the mediator. This is one of the things that an agent should be.
okay, it's one of those things that I think is what is a little bit concerning to some people using real estate agents in Italy, because they feel like it's going to be, you understand. You understand.
Yeah.
Who can you trust is the idea. Alberto wanted to show me around the area a little bit more, but time ran short, and instead we stopped for a bite to eat at a local bar in Casale Monferrato, and we talked about how he'd like to show me the rest of the Monferrato experience in the future. I just wanted to take a minute and thank Alberto from Tecnocasa personally, as he spent the entire day with me showing me properties throughout Monferrato. This video was about the differences between Italian real estate agents and those in my experience in the United States. If you guys are interested in that kind of thing, make sure to make it known by writing in the comments. Also, if you have any questions, feel free to write it in the comments, because even Alberto hops in from time to time to respond to questions here and there. I don't want to put it in anyone's mind that there's no one you can trust here in Italy. In fact, there are agents just like Alberto who want to do a good job, who want to provide a meaningful service, and want to prove that there are people you can trust here. Again, big thank you to Alberto, and that's it for this video. So I'll see you in the future.